Which DuckTales reigns supreme? The classic 1987 adventure that started it all, or the modern 2017 reboot that captured heart all over again?
Thank you for joining me for Disney Rewind. I'm your host, Erin D., and we're back to discuss DuckTales this week. I love DuckTales. The classic from 1987 to 1990 was one of my absolutely favorite shows. They did a reboot in 2017 to 2021. What did you think of the reboot? Did you think it was as quack and a good time as the original, or did you just not feel it? Let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to compare and contrast both these amazing shows. Let's get into our Disney Rewind. So let's talk about the animation style. I love the animation style of the early 90s. I was definitely a Saturday morning kid. Couldn't wait for those cartoons. And DuckTales, when that theme music hit, everybody was happy.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woo!
Now the animation style is hand-drawn from the early 90s, late 80s. So I will say the new one has a much sleeker look with the digital animation style. We get much more expressions on the characters and a richer background. Which one do you prefer? Are you like me that you kind of like that 90s feel with the comfortable, like getting into your pajamas on a Saturday morning fun? Or do you like the sleek new look of the new style? I think both are great and both have advantages and both are disadvantages. Let me know your thoughts. Now let's talk about the characters and the cast. Scrooge McDuck was famous in the 90s. I mean, everybody knew Scrooge McDuck and his famous nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and the adventure they had in this series. It was very fun, very lighthearted. It was just a good time. The characters' voices were by Alan Young as Scrooge and Russi Taylor as the nephews. Can you imagine just having two people do most of the voices? That's incredible. And you really couldn't tell. Now, as we talk about the reboot, we have a cast of David Tennant as Scrooge. Wow, did they get an all-star? Not that the original wasn't. And then for our Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they each have somebody else playing them, not just one voice this time, which I couldn't tell in the 90s. If I mispronounced anyone's name, I'm so sorry. Ben Swatch, Bobby Mohana, and Danny Pudi. I think that the reboot with the different voices really brings a depth to the characters a little bit more. And I think the storytelling in the late 2000s is much more character development. We get to know each of the nephews a lot better than we did in the early 90s. They were kind of just all bunched together. So they were all Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and they were wonderful, but you only knew the differences by the colors they wore. Now, they definitely have their own personalities. I like both series, and I love the lightheartedness of the early 90s, but I like the depth of the 2017s too.
If you're enjoying this video, hit that subscribe so you don't miss out on more fun. And please give us a like.
Now, let's talk about the storylines. In the 1980s / the 90s, we see each episode sort of stands alone. If you missed the episode before, really wasn't going to affect. Each story was its own. Now, we had a lot of adventure, a lot of treasure hunting, and it was really sweet and cool. Now, as we get into the late 2017, and this one has more of, you had to watch the episode before, it's more about a storytelling that keeps going. So I like both styles, but I do have to say we get a lot more development by having the story continue on into different episodes. A lot of our favorite characters from the original do come back in the reboot, but they do have a number of characters that come to the reboot that we didn't meet the first time around. So I think this is really fun. Now let's talk about the success of each of these shows. In the late 80s, this show was a smash hit. I mean, it not only was a smash on TV, it also brought us video games, even a movie. I mean, I love the movie. Just go watch it if you haven't seen it. Now, the 2017, the reboot, that one did fantastic as well. I love how it brought the DuckTales to a whole new generation and continued the stories, making sure that our DuckTales isn't going anywhere for a very long time. I like both stories. I think that we get more development as Disney grows. I think we get more development as Disney does these reboots, and we get to know our characters even more. So I do love the reboots for that reason.
And now, a quick little pros and cons list for each show, starting with the original. The pros: cultural impact. Highest rated cartoon of 1987, aired in over 90% of the US markets. The iconic theme song, rich instrumental arrangement that became a cultural phenomenon. Voice acting legend. Alan Young's warm grandfatherly Scrooge became the definitive version. Traditional animation, classic Disney hand-drawn animation quality. And for our cons, character development, Huey, Dewey, and Louie were virtually identical with no distinct personalities. Webby's role, simple, token sweet girl character with minimal depth. Episodic structure, less complex storylines, more formulaic adventures. And character archetypes. Characters were more one-dimensional compared to modern standards. Now on to the reboot. The pros: voice cast excellence. David Tennant's theatrical Scottish Scrooge, distinct nephews' personalities. Character evolution, complex, empowered Webby, and individual nephew development. Storytelling depth. Della Duck's storyline added emotional resonance and family dynamics. Serial narratives, more sophisticated, interconnected story arcs. The cons: shorter run, only 3 seasons compared to the original's 4. Broadcast issues, episodes aired out of order on Disney XD, affecting the story continuity. Voice preference, some fans preferred Alan Young's warmer interpretation. And the theme song, more synthesized version, lacked the instrumental richness of the original.
So there you have it, a deep dive into our DuckTales, past and present. Now, I love both versions, but I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. I've been asking you all through this episode, what do you think and why? So let me know down below which one you prefer, the reboot or the original. Please let me know down below. I love reading all your comments. Thank you, as always, for joining. And until next time, find a reason to smile today. Bye, everybody.